My name is Tory Stapleton. I'm from Rahway, New Jersey, and I graduated from Southern New Hampshire in 2011. I studied digital media. I currently reside in Los Angeles, California, and I am a connector and a consultant working in the sports and entertainment industries, and also I run a prison basketball program called Between the Lines. I can't say necessarily that I thought I'd be doing the work that I do now. It's just kind of been a transition. Basketball has always been a major part of my life, sports and entertainment, music, and I just kind of found myself in this field. I moved out to California in 2012, right after I graduated from Southern New Hampshire, and just through the people that I know, I made different connections, and things just kind of worked out that way. My experience here at SNOO prepared me for my current position in more ways than I can even count, but I'd say the biggest way has to be that SNOO taught me how to deal with people of all walks of life, of all backgrounds, and it's just been huge to just know how to deal with people, how to kind of manage your clientele. So the prison basketball program actually started about 4 to 5 years ago when I was running a company called I'm Just Different, and it was a social movement to inspire individuality and acceptance of differences. And a buddy of mine had a connection with a recreational coordinator at a prison, and he thought that going in there would be right up my alley. So he and I went in and we kind of gauged their interest, and the inmates were very excited about having us come in. We used to do a lot of one-offs. We would go into the prison, and we were paying out of our own pocket, so we didn't have the funding to make it a regular thing. And then when I was at one of my local bars, a guy actually came up to me and he said, "Hey, you're Tory, right?" He's like, "You probably don't remember me." And I didn't, to be honest, but it turns out he was one of the inmates that came through our program that we work with on the yard. He had served 19 years for murder at the prison, and he had just got out. He remembered me, and he told me how much our program helped him out in the past 2 years of his, in the final 2 years of his sentence. So after that, I knew that I had to get back into the prison. So I called on my friend, college rival, Darren Duncan, who played at Merrimack College, and we formed Between the Lines, and we've just been rocking ever since. I'd say SNOO has given so much to me over the years, and I just feel obligated to give it right back. I know how young and confused and lost I was when I came here, and the staff and my peers at SNOO really helped me find myself and really helped me a lot on my journey to become who I am right now, and I'm forever thankful for that, and I feel like I'm forever in debt, so I got to keep giving it back. There were plenty of moments that made a lasting impact on me and kind of shaped who I am today. I had a professor named Meryl Levin, and I had a photography course with her, and at one point we had to do like a photojournalism project where we had to go out and take photos and then create a book. So I went out and connected with the homeless community, took a bunch of pictures, and then I created a book, and she was impressed by it. So she wanted me to speak at a ceremony that they had. And I'm not really a public speaker. I was terrified. And she told me, like, yeah, there'll probably be 50 people there. And I show up and there's 300 people there at the ceremony. And I still had to speak. And I did it even though I was scared. People came up to me afterwards telling me how impactful it was. And I just felt I was on top of the world. So that's one of those moments that showed me that, even though you're scared, even though this isn't something you're comfortable with doing, you got to push through it. And the beauty is really on the other side of your fear. The first word that comes to mind when I think about being an alumnus is just pride. Like, I'm just proud. I'd say the biggest lesson that I've learned since graduating is just life is all about the legacy, what you leave behind. So right now I'm working on building my legacy. And I think, I forgot what book it was that I read, but it said that you should basically start at your funeral and think about what people are going to say about you when you die, and then you should, everything in your life should be according to what you want people to say about you when you leave this earth. So that's kind of my focus, so it's all about how I'm impacting people, and if I can't impact people, I'm not interested. President LeBlanc has been, extremely inspiring in my life, and I mean, my family's here right now. They will tell you, like, I have a very hard time being put in a box. Like, you know, every day I wake up, I'm trying to figure out, like, oh, what do I want to do today? You know, I feel like the old school way of, you know, being in a job and staying there for 30 years and then retiring, I feel like that's dying, especially with our generation here. So I would say that I'm very inspired by seeing the work that President LeBlanc and all the staff, all of you guys are doing here at SNOO. So don't let people put you in a box. That's what I would say at all. You know, just find out what works for you. Find out what gets your gears going, what helps you wake up in the morning, and go for it every day.